Yeah, welcome again. We want to continue our lectures on introductions to web technologies. Send 204 adding styles to your page. All right. So we have three basic steps we can use to add styles to our page. Uh, Number one is using an external style sheet. Number two is using an internal style sheet. All right. Then number three is using an inline style sheet. The inline style, sorry, I mean to say style. So each of the styles that you have like this is what you are going to be embedding on your web page. All right. So when we talk about using external style sheets, and using the external style sheet, the style is going to be written on a separate page like this. It's going to be written on a separate file that will be stored with a .css extension, the name of the file, and ending with a .css. And then you are going to be using this to link to that file. The type of file is text.css, and the hyperreference is going to be linking you to the file. Wherever you store it, the path of the file is going to be what you write here. Okay, so and then whatever that you are styling in this place will be applied to whichever element that you are targeting on that page. Okay, then we talk about inline style. And the inline style property of the element, the style property of the element at this point is activated right inside of the HTML tag. Okay, so in this example here, we have the h1 tag. We have the h1 tag open here and closed here. Then this place, this is the heading, is actually the content of this particular h1 tag. That is what is written inside of it. That is going to take the style that we are applying to this particular tag. All right. So the style attribute of the HTML file is actually this style. It's recorded in blue. Then you have the that's the selector. Sorry, this is the selector, and then the syntax is this. Okay, the color is actually the property we want to affect. We want to change the property of the h1 tag that we want to change. Then we now assign blue to it, which is the value of the color. Then when we talk about text, because what is inside of this thing is actually a text, and we give it the property text align, we say put it at the center. Okay, so text align is actually the property, and then the center is the value of the alignment. All right, so in this place we used black color to designate our properties, and then the purple to designate the value of the properties. Okay, then next is inline style. Now when you write your HTML within the header tag, you can put the style tag. All right, within the header tag you can put the style tag. Then within the style tag you can now put your CSS, your style. All right, so whatever that you are doing, you can style it inside of this place. But the disadvantage of this is that when your code really grows big, you will find out that it will be difficult for you to manage. And the same with the other external file. All right, sorry, the one with the inline style. All right, when the code really becomes big, it will be very difficult to manage, and that's where the external style sheets gains more advantage, so that when you affect a change in that particular external style sheet, is going to apply to every other style in the page. All right. We can as well go further to integrate multiple styles. All right, creating multiple styles in the same web page. But the law states that in the event of using more than one style approach, the style closest to the element is used. So for this course, the order of placement is number one, you put your external style link first. All right, then you put your internal style, all right, and then other styles are now written inside of each of the tags. So if you declare an h1 tag in the internal style to be red, if you declare it to be red, red, and then you come to the inline level of the same h1 tag and declare it to be green. When you declare it to be green, you will discover that the tag is going to take on the green value, all right, because it is closer to that particular element you want to style than the internal style. And so the same thing is applicable when you put the style in the external style sheet. Okay, then look at the example of how this thing is styled. So when you look at this example, you discover that we just have two of the style approach implemented here. Number one is that we have a link here that is linking to an external style sheet whose name is style.css. Okay, then we now have the another internal style that is embedded within the style attribute of the web page. All right, so those are the how you are going to add your CSS to your web page. All right, in the next tutorial we're going to look at the practical implementation of this. Okay, let's get to the coding.